So I am getting ready to go on air to do some legal commentary. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun. I have a full work day of some good things I'm going to do, but thankfully it's Friday. It's a little bit quieter, a little more chill, wrapping up projects, and I look forward to it. But sometimes people will ask me, what are the things I do to like prep or prepare? What am I thinking about before I get started with going on the air? And I would say the first thing is I'm actually doing a few vocal exercises to warm up my voice. Second thing is making sure I'm well prepared on the subject. So we're going to be talking a little bit about AI, always a pretty hot topic these days. And then making sure, I think in my mind, okay, is all the client work done? Do I have all the follow-ups ready to go? So just making sure that, and I say all of this to businesses because when you are working on things in addition to your core work, my core practice is the practice of law, but I also do on-air legal commentary. I also work in the marketplace and business, making sure that your core responsibilities to your clients and customers is job one, done, making sure that's done. And then adding in the next thing and the next thing, but making sure that you can still always maintain that quality customer service. But all right, well, I'm excited. All right, I'm going to get ready. I'll have a clip of it a little bit later. Bye.
Some other news that we have been following here, and it specifically has to do with a major legal settlement today that could change how AI companies train their models. And it specifically has to do with Anthropic, which is a company that has gotten a lot of attention as of recently. Maura Barrett is with us. She's out in Denver and is reporting on this story. At least I think Maura's with us. There she is. Maura, what more can you tell us?
Andrew, Anthropic just in the last couple of minutes released the details about their settlement. They're agreeing to pay $1.5 billion to these authors that alleged both copyright and piracy issues. So the settlement is specifically around the piracy. And so in the sense of how the changes to the future of AI in training will definitely need to be made. Anthropic is a company that's usually really cautious about its development. But one lawyer I spoke to about this case described it as a, quote, unique combination of sophisticated and stupid.
AI startup Anthropic paying up $1.5 billion after being accused of copyright violations and piracy.
I believe this case will be known by its first name to law students for a long time.
Well-known authors Andrea Bartz, Charles Graeber, and Kirk Wallace Johnson sued the company over what their lawyer calls, quote, brazen infringement. They alleged, according to the complaint, that Anthropic downloaded known pirated versions of the works, made copies of them, and fed those pirated copies into its models to train them.
And they took over 7 million books. That's a lot of books.
Nouvelle Gonzalo specializes in corporate law, covering intellectual property and copyright.
Anthropic is arguing, no, this was a transformative work under copyright law. And transformative just means that the final product is completely different. But then the authors argue, but it was our work that created it.
The judge ultimately sided with Anthropic on the copyright issue, finding the company's usage counted as, quote, fair use and therefore was legal. But he also ruled that downloading them from a shadow library constituted piracy. Under U.S. copyright law, damages start at $750 per infringed work, meaning Anthropic could have faced more than $1 trillion in penalties.
Settlements don't technically set legal precedent, but can we expect to see this fair use argument used in future AI and copyright cases?
Absolutely. A lot of people want to make new law just for AI, but the old laws, they work in this case. This is just standard copyright violation of unlawful copying or buying pirated material.
Now, I just received a response to my request for a comment from Anthropic, and they said that they are committed to developing safe AI systems that help people and organizations extend their capabilities, advance scientific discovery, and solve complex problems. They went on to tell me that this settlement is to resolve disputed claims and is not an admission of wrongdoing or liability. And they emphasize that this does not indicate that anything was ruled against the copyright issue. As we laid out, out, but more so that there's a disagreement about how these works can be obtained. Now, there's a hearing set on Monday for a judge to approve the settlement. And meanwhile, Anthropic continues to face several copyright-related legal challenges. And one notable case involves a group of major record labels like Universal Music Group. So this isn't the end of this conversation for the company, Andrew.
Yeah, and more, if someone watching is a content creator, an author, a musician, is there anything people can do to make sure that their work is protected against AI companies going out and stealing it and training their technology?
It's an important question. Legal experts tell me that the most important step is to register your work so that it's officially protected. There's Google alerts you can set up and also specific software tools that can help track if someone is using your work without permission, and that's something you can do through your lawyer. But the bigger question is whether AI companies should start paying licensing fees or even royalties every time they use original material to train their models.
All right, Maura Barrett for us in Denver. Maura, thank you.